adjustments pre-snap.
He's a first-year starter. They've won 7 in a row after the opening loss. A little trickery. Here's the freshman Brooks trying to turn their matchup with Arkansas. Jam Miller. Despite their winning ways, the decision-making. Very poised, very accurate. Jam Miller breaking tackles and lunges to the 40. On the delay. Miller again. Stacked up and driven back. Short move. Jam Miller in position to take a direct snap. He faked it to Simpson. He did not get there. Fell. Harlem Berry. The ball's out. And it's Berry on Brown went in motion. Garrett Nussmeier to design roll on target. Nick Anderson hasn't done very much. He does have excellent wide receivers and a prolific tight end. Caden Durham dropped at the line of scrimmage by Elmer, play caller at Charlotte and Florida State. Nussmeier, nice throw on the run and a first down. 12th catch of the year for Aaron. Out wide it goes. Berry on Brown with some good blocking on the perimeter. He's not. Play action fake and a screen. Jawan Johnson stood up at the 15-yard line. Davion Thomas went in motion. Nussmeier flush from the pocket. Will not get anywhere near the first down marker. 30 yards out on a winless night, and he hooked it. There was pressure coming quickly from him. Everything going LSU's way early. See if that missed field goal is deflating. Jeremy Bernard's wide open at the 40. And he's across midfield. For pounds and also a good receiver. He had 4 catches in the win at South Carolina. And right on cue, he drops the ball. Some of it injuries, particularly to Whitwig. Some of it's better competition. But he knows they're capable of much better than they've shown the last couple. Blake Baker brought a blitz. They spun Simpson around and forced a bad throw. End over end and a fair catch made near the 7th. The offense came to life today for Auburn and struggled all year. It's Durkin's defense, which he's done such a great job with. That's out there who should have seen it. Blatant miss. Middle screen to the tight end, Bauer sharp. The ball punched out of the end of the run. Suitors, when this season is over, especially with all the coaching changes coming. Simpson couldn't find anybody. Sends it out wide to Jam Miller.
Left-hand side, looking like blitz. Here it comes.
And they chase Simpson. He runs away from it. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Connor Talty. That one is right down the middle. Rallied around Frank Wilson. Blake Baker had asked for more physical practices, particularly more tackling again. Play action pass, and it's a screen. They go right back to Sharp. There's a flag.
Probably not, but hey, if the team plays well and responds, you never know.
They have Nussmeier off to a perfect 7-for-7 start, and Harlan over. Berry on Brown. Happy with us on this gorgeous Saturday night in T-Town. On 3rd and 2, Harlan Berry got just enough to move the chains.
Commit to the run game.
They hand it to him through a big hole. He can run. They had the angle, and Durham is in. Nussmeier faked a little toss to him. Now takes the check down to Durham, and he's swung down for passes and screen game. On 2nd and 9, now a deep ball in a single coverage jump ball, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 9, they're in field goal range. They send Green in motion. Middle screen, Aaron Anderson bounces off a couple of hits. His left hip to start this possession after the Burrell touchback. Miller bouncing off some hits. Did well to turn that into a 2-yard. Under 15% for the game. You win about 88% of the time. Here's Caleb Edwards, the tight end, rumbling for a first down.
Drive killers.
Ty Simpson to Josh Cuevas.
Going in the fourth quarter with the 240-pound back.
They don't have to run the ball well to hold the ball for a long time. Beautiful throw by Simpson. Hit quick. Daniel Hill, the running back now. He gets running straight ahead. Harold Perkins Jr.
Finding some matchups like in the slot right here with Jeremy Bernard's probably looking.
So 3 receivers in a bunch to the right. Back shoulder throw. It looked like it was the running back from the 4-yard line. Straight ahead to the goal line. No signal yet. Adds the extra point. It's 10-3 Alabama. Talty's kickoff returnable for Barryon Brown. 5 career kickoff return touchdowns, but he does not make the 15. Xavier Thomas shifted to the side of Nussmeier. They were ready for him. Deep handoff. Barry's in trouble, and he goes down for a loss. LSU 2 out of 5 on 3rd down. Nussmeier under duress. Got it off. And Anderson. Like a lot of the LSU season on offense. Grant Chadwick punts. Cole Adams a fair catch. Pressure applied by LSU. Kevin Riley trying to run through it. Great friendship was born. They communicate regularly. Simpson in trouble. Dodge the rush. Jeremy Bernard the catch. And then a missed tackle. They send Hill in motion to the left. Simpson throws in that direction, incomplete. Again, pressure.
Until Nick Sheridan, one of the unsung heroes of this roster.
Simpson a play fake. Isaiah Horton hoping for a block from elite among offensive coordinators in college football. Another blitz. And Jan Millett has a first down now in year 2. So Grubb's terrific, but he had some advantages that Sheridan didn't have last year as well.
Have called plays at the Power 5 level.
2nd and 15. They're right in Simpson's face. He got it off. The Jack Pyburn, Sioux Falls, and their career was started. This looks like a double pass. Bernard sends it back to Brooks. Brooks, good run after the catch. And he's done.
It's all on you, Sean.
It is. So still a 1-score game. Here's a screen. Xavier on 2nd and 8 out of the 2-minute timeout. Nussmeier had to retreat, got it off. Nussmeier was 13 out of 14 passing for just 76 yards. And a lot of short stuff. Dancing around, finally had to get rid of it. Simpson throws under duress again. He's had pressure at him. Chickens, no timeouts for Alabama. Pyburn applied pressure. Dig throw! Brooks runs under it. Still 7 on the play clock. Simpson end zone. Ryan Williams. Touchdown. So after a slow start on offense, the first 2 drives for Bama, turnover and down to the punt. The last 4. And LSU started well, but it went south in the 2nd quarter. And a flag before they
misdirection, and they need to move the pocket again. The pass rush is struggling. Here's a move right now.
And perhaps throw the ball down the field. It's been a lot of dink and dunk. 5 rush yards for LSU, just 34 for Alabama. But Alabama's been winning without the run. LSU has not. Good throw by Nussmeier. Nick Anderson. Opening minute and a half of the 2nd half. They're at their own 41. Harlem Berry in the first half for just 76 yards, 5.4 per completion. There's a ball down the field, caught. Xavier Thomas in motion and reset at the left. Play fake to Durham. Nussmeier has some room up the middle, lost his helmet, and a flung. Sends it in the flat to Xavier Thomas, and lowered his head and slithered down to the. Thomas went in motion. Harlem Berry threw a hole. First down. 1st and goal at the 8. Justin Jefferson the end of the line. Motions out a little wider. Nussmeier back in the end zone. Incomplete. Deflected by Bray Hubbard. To the left. 3 over there for Nussmeier. Nussmeier retreating right into the rush. He thought he was in the face of pressure and almost always to his right. The field goal's good by Ramos from 44. And Nussmeier's used to hearing it verbally. He's used to tough coaching. Grew up the son of Navy. Here it's Simpson firing. Flags are down along the line. It's LSU spent in the portal. They're a 5-3 team. Jam plus in the first half for Alabama. LSU had given up 5 all season through the first 8 games. There's another throw down the field. And for Bernard, team leading 41 for the year. Quick toss. Jam Miller. Deep drop. Steps in a long one. Puts a lot of air under it. Perhaps too much. They're 3 out of 7 on 3rd down. Plenty of time. Another deep ball. That one off the hands of Bernard. Michael Van Buren. He transferred from Mississippi State after the run fake. Aaron Anderson upended and led them on a 75-yard touchdown drive at garbage time. He's a good runner. He runs and made it a point to point out he's a very good thrower who can run. Stands in the pocket, throws, diving attempt, and it is. I would think this would be a very short replay review.
Yeah, this will be upheld in a hurry. I mean, just an unbelievable catch there.
And Bowie, Maryland played St. Francis in Baltimore. Fires a little bit low, and another good catch to help him out. This temporary hiatus for Nussmeier, something that might be lasting. Flag down. Van Buren throws on the run. That was dropped. 3rd down and 10. LSU has 1 timeout left. Van Buren takes off running and slides with a first down.
Missouri, but I still think maybe A&M could slide past Indiana, but I don't know.
Cuevas, beautifully designed and executed. After the run fake, Cuevas stumbled on the catch. Lunged forward for Simpson to the wide side of the field for Brooks. Brooks escapes. DJ Pickett couldn't get him on the ground. Simpson goes under center with an empty backfield. Jeremy Bernard took the handoff as he went in motion. He has the first down. Don't see that much anymore. And Hill, a 1 inning back. Cuevas the motion man. Simpson. And the ball is out. Once again, not doing its part, but still time. Opening seconds of the 4th quarter. Michael Van Buren. Van Buren in relief of Nussmeier. Throws into a crowd. Caught on a comeback. Davion Thomas went in motion. Barry stayed in. The block picked up Red Morgan. The throw off the hands of Bauer. 3rd down and 8. The offensive line started to retreat. Be the 8th penalty. 3rd down and 13. 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. Van Buren into a crowd. Caught. Barryon Brown wrestled down from the 7. They score a touchdown. They'd likely go for 2. There's another flag out of their 9 penalties. Jawan Johnson, the running back. The official. Hilton went in motion. Van Buren taken down. He first and goal from the 8 in the 3rd quarter. Wound up kicking a 44-yard field goal. That one's off the hands of Barryon Brown. Wow. Are you surprised by that? A run? He missed a shorty on his first try of the night from 30 yards. And it's a 1-score game. They're within 8 with 10 and a half. After the 3rd LSU field goal of the game, Aaron Burrell kicks off. Another touchback. Here's Molly.
We'll show an Alabama.
Film junkie. And he is hard on himself. He's hardly turned it over. Ty Simpson with a flag down back behind the line.
Why he is really good at his job. He decides to hand it off.
For the last couple of weeks. He's given a pocket. He throws the ball to the sideline, intended for Isaiah Horton. Here, under the direction of Joe Burrow, their undefeated national title season. Simpson off the hands of Williams. LSU is going to get the ball back in a one-score game. End over end punt by Blake Dowd. Xavier Thomas let it pop. From their own two, Michael Van Buren at quarterback. The handoff to Harlem Berry and a tackle by Bray Hubbard. Pointed. Berry stopped for no gain again. Noah Carter. Keon Sabb comes on a blitz, and Trades Green was wide open and dropped the ball. He had not a great kick. Low and short. Cole Adams inside the thing on the ground game for both of these teams. We're hoping after they each came off a bye week they'd run it better. They have not. Right on. Simpson, single coverage, hand fighting. Well, Talty hasn't been as reliable as a lot of kickers around the country. That's batted in the air, wound up in the hands of Wilt. Right on the fringe of Talty's field goal range. Throw back screen. Ryan Williams with a lot of big bodies out there in front of him. Whoops. Simpson down the middle and a big hit to knock the ball away. To make it a two-score game, it is good. BS football. He hasn't lost here as their head coach. He'd go to 12-0 at home if the Tide hangs on. Trades Green. Barry on Brown, trying to get outside. And a good times here in the second half. Again, they rush four. Michael Van Buren runs past that, gets the first down. Caden Durham in at running back for the Tigers. Another four-man rush. The ball knocked out. Van Buren.